when we feel pain, really doing creating some sort of like, okay, hold on. What's my sleep like? What's my intake like? What's my fuel like? Have I been consistent? Just do some reflection.
Welcome to the Be It Till You See It podcast, where we talk about taking messy action, knowing that perfect is boring. I'm Lesley Logan, Pilates instructor and fitness business coach. I've trained thousands of people around the world, and the number one thing I see stopping people from achieving anything is self-doubt. My friends, action brings clarity, and it's the antidote to fear. Each week, my guests will bring bold, executable, intrinsic, and targeted steps that you can use to put yourself first and be it till you see it. It's a practice, not a perfect. Let's get started.
Welcome back to the Be It Till You See It interview recap, where my co-host in life, Brad, and I are going to dig into the empowering convo I had with Jen Fraboni in our last episode. If you haven't yet listened to that interview, you've missed out on an incredible interview with Doc Jen Fit. That's her Instagram handle, or her handle everywhere. So many of you love her, know her, and this was a really cool, I thought, very vulnerable convo as well. She shared a lot about going on in her life, how she handles things. I love when people are like just a human. And so it's going to be really good. So I can't wait to recap it. But before we do that, today is November 20th, 2025. And we have 2 days to celebrate. And to be honest, there was like 7. So we could have chosen.
There were a few.
There was a few that I was like, well, I don't use less, so we can't use less day because I'm so not participating. But there's a couple others. But we're going to focus on 2 of them. One is the Great American Smokeout. The American Cancer Society sponsors the Great American Smokeout on the 3rd Thursday of November annually, challenging smokers to give up cigarettes for 24 hours. If you or a loved one smoke cigarettes, consider joining the movement and take the first step towards quitting cigarettes forever. How? Let's both try to do something tough for a day. I'll give up either coffee, sugar,
Right,
social media.
You are allowed to pitch this to them.
Oh, this is how you're going to pitch it.
Yeah, this is how you're going to pitch this to them.
You guys, this is how you're going to pitch it. So if you're a non-smoker, if you're a smoker, then you can tell another smoker, you guys can do it together. But if you're a non-smoker asking a smoker, then you're going to say, I'm going to give up something they know you're going to have a hard time giving up for 24 hours.
Like maybe it's Instagram.
Maybe
it's chocolate. Could be sugar.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Something like that. And you give up smoking. Then give it as a reset, not a rule.
And that's what you can also tell them. It's a reset, not a rule.
Well, Brad, can we how hard can we talk about it?
We can certainly talk about it.
Okay. You quit smoking.
I did quit smoking.
If he had been a smoker when we met, we would not be married 10 years.
It's true.
Because we would not have gone on a date.
Yeah. I mean,
my grandfather was a smoker.
It doesn't smell good.
Yeah. So I have had 2 grandfathers who are massive smokers. One who lost a lung to smoking, and another one who had multiple heart problems, and the heart doctor refused to operate on him unless he quit smoking. So this is a big personal thing because I lost family members to smoking, but I know it's not easy. So Brad.
Yeah. I mean, I've told this story before. So it was the decision to smoke or to quit smoking was, for me, it was made emotionally, which is what made it easy. The decision to stop, to stay with that initial decision was actually quite challenging, because of the addiction, because of nicotine. But because I wanted to sing more than I wanted to smoke, that was the emotional decision. It was like, oh my God, this is I just have to stop. Like I can't be on stage and not be able to sing. So I think that was hard because I had to hit a wall in order for that decision to become emotional and then for it to actually happen in my life. But okay, great. That's step 1. Then step 2 is consistently not smoking when I used to smoke. So in the car with the window down, or I don't remember, walking out of my apartment complex, there was like part of my routine, and doing those things, like continuing to do life, you're going to run back into those instances where you used to do the habit, and would always make me think, this is when I would normally pull out a cigarette. And so that was a constant battle for, honestly, for just a few weeks.
Well,
you know.
it's interesting because so in a couple weeks we have a habit series starting, and in one of the episodes I talk about how to unravel a habit. And for smoking, like we can be completely honest, there is an addictive
element
to it
Yeah.
in that they made it addictive. So you have a habit.
Yeah.
You smoke when you're in traffic. My old roommate, when she quit smoking, it was the hardest thing because she's like, Lesley, I'm in traffic for 45 minutes.
Right.
And I used to just sit there and smoke.
Mm-hmm.
And now I am not. So she had lollipops and teas and coffees because she just needed something to do in the car.
Yeah, it was some fixation.
So she actually had one, like the patches, like one that helps you quit. So she's like, I don't even have the craving to smoke. I have the habit. So I will talk about how to unravel a habit in that series in December. So make sure you're paying attention. Okay. The other day, this was really important to Brad and I that we wanted to bring it up. Second day. It's a second day.
Thing we wanted to remember today.
Yes. So it's Transgender Day of Remembrance. For generations, the transgender population has suffered various forms of abuse and even death, murder, so we'll call it that, for challenging the views, notions, and stereotypes around male and female identity. Every year, we set aside today as Transgender Day of Remembrance. This holiday is meant to honor, commemorate, and memorialize those who face discrimination and stigma on a daily basis across this nation. This holiday is also meant to advocate for transgender people's rights, as well as focus on the persistent struggles they face in their everyday lives and how others can share their love, support, and hope. If you listen to this podcast and you have a fucking problem with transgenders, I'm just going to be on. I need you to explore why. Because these are just people.
Yeah,
they're just people, and they've been around forever. And I bring it up in one of the FYFs that's coming up about like how in the indigenous cultures they actually have people, they already had words for this. This is something, it's actually a fucking cool thing. Like you have the ability to see the world the way they see it through both lenses. It's a powerful thing. And I'm pissed about it, but I get so annoyed. We flew on a plane the other day and no one has a problem using a toilet on a plane. But all of a sudden they have a fucking problem of sharing a bathroom with another person of a different gender. And it's like, what are we talking about here? You just shared a bathroom. So I don't understand when they make neutral bathrooms, how people get pissed about that. I also just listened to this one thing. If I could find the reel, I'll send it to the team to link it. If you don't see the link below, it's because I couldn't find it. But this person is explaining how it's for the safety of women in the bathrooms, of why they want people using the bathrooms of their own, like birth certificate, right? And this one person is a trans man. He goes, so what you're actually saying is that men are a danger to women and you don't want them in their bathrooms.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. We should solve that problem. We shouldn't be policing genitals. So I just get really upset because it's just bothersome to me. Why do we care so much? We have healthcare issues in this country. We have poverty issues. We have children who don't have enough food.
We have food issues. Yeah.
We have the higher percentage of people.
We have water issues. Did you know? I don't remember what the number
Flint
is, but
still has a problem with their water.
I think it was Jackson, Mississippi.
Oh,
like
yes.
They don't have running water in like many parts of the city. I don't know what the numbers are, but like
yes.
That was a thing in a couple years ago.
Yes. No, there's a higher percentage of people who are listening to this show that know someone who's homeless, who is in poverty, who has food, what do you call it? Like food uncertainty.
Yeah.
Then know of someone who's transgendered.
Yep.
And so what are we doing? So I'm just pissed about it. I'm just over it. I'm over people being so uptight and like that they're a threat to who you are. You know, it goes to that whole thing where it's like, if you don't like abortions, don't get one. If you don't like gay marriage, if somebody of your same sex asks you to marry them, don't say yes. Like, you don't have to do any of these things. You don't have to be trans. Like, I just get annoyed. I'm pissed. Anyways, So today is a day to remember the people who have been fighting to exist as they feel like they should exist. And we should do what we can to honor those people. And if you don't know anyone, maybe consider looking at a community service organization in your area that you could donate to. If you are listening from Las Vegas, when you buy food from the Bronze Cafe, part of their proceeds go to the LGBTQ community for mental health. So it's really, really cool. We use their restaurant for all of our retreats here in Las Vegas. So we can help support that.
And they have a second location at the
Brad's so excited.
The conservation preserve, the
Springs Preserve
here, which has a massive cactus garden. So go to the Cactus Garden, go eat lunch, and you'll be also helping
And
support
if you don't live
the
in Las Vegas,
transgender community here.
yeah, when you come visit Las Vegas, you should go to the Springs Preserves, and then
You
you
should.
can go to Franz Cafe.
Yeah. 100%. Okay, cool.
Good stuff coming up now. So here we go.
All right, so here's what we got coming up on the docket. Actually, next week, or literally in a few days, is the Black Friday, Cyber Monday coming up for. You've probably already been inundated with everything. It's been crazy. But for us, we're going to do it actually during the old school Black Friday, Cyber Monday is even new. Black Friday, so it's the 26th to the 1st of December for OPC only, y'all. So check your email for more details starting yesterday. So just go check your emails if you haven't already. We've got an offer for you.
If you didn't get an email, it's because you have not signed up for our emails or you unsubscribe from us. And we don't take that personally. You could just resubscribe. But yeah, the dates will be November 26th to December 1st.
If you're wondering what it is and you didn't get the email, just DM us and we can send you the right place.
We're really excited about this sale, and it's the one time a year we do it. So take advantage. Don't ask us on December 2nd for it.
Sorry.
Not how it works.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot of work. Okay.
Speaking of December, we're going to be on the road again for our winter tour for OPC. And the actual dates, we're going to get, it's like starting on the 7th or 6th.
No, it's like the 5th.
5th.
I think it's the 5th in Colorado Springs, and it ends on
we got to drive there though. So we leave.
We leave earlier than it starts. We come home the day that it ends. So, but it's like December 5th through the January 6th or January 7th. And
we do come home the day that it ends.
I know that we sound like when it comes to the tour that we're like not organized. The last time we recorded, we had no idea where we're going, and now we do.
Yeah.
And it's huge. The whole tour is listed. How many? 23 cities.
23.
Colorado Springs.
23 public events. Yeah.
St. Louis.
Yeah, the 5th.
Detroit.
It's the first event is on December 5 in Colorado Springs. Then we go to Fayetteville.
Oh, Fayetteville. Oh, I'm so sorry.
6th.
How could I skip Arkansas?
Then St. Louis.
Then St. Louis.
On the 7th.
Then Detroit. Then Columbus. No.
Then Lexington.
I'm going to Lexington?
You're going to Lexington.
I am going to Lexington, but I'm going in that order.
Then you're going to Columbus. Then you're going to Detroit.
What? How does the map work? Am I going like on a zigzag?
Believe it or not, they're almost in line. Yeah, they are.
I don't understand the middle. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Then we go to Pittsburgh.
Okay, Pittsburgh. Then we go to
Rochester,
New
York. So upstate.
Yeah, we're going to. Do you say Rochester? You go Rochester. How do you say it?
Rochester,
okay.
New York. And then we go to Boston, Cape Cod, Hartford, Connecticut. That's a new one for us.
Mm-hmm.
Hershey, Pennsylvania. We're coming back. Rehoboth Beach.
That's a new one for us.
That's new to Delaware. That'll be just after Christmas. And then we have Washington, D.C., Virginia Beach, Charlotte, North Carolina. That's new for us. We've got Delray. This is Florida. We're going to be hoofing it from North Carolina all the way down to Delray, Florida. This is new.
Christmas Eve, Delray.
Nope.
And that's
New Year's Eve, Delray.
New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. You guys,
on a roll here.
Delray is near Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, Florida, correct?
Yeah, it's just north of Fort Lauderdale, I think.
So our Miami stop has moved up a little bit because most of you are driving from that area anyway, so you're welcome. And then we do New Year's Day with our Pilates crew. That's in Tampa.
Yes.
And then we go to Pensacola.
Yes. Then New Orleans.
And then Houston. Houston, we haven't been to Houston in years.
Yeah, it's been quite a few years for us to be in Houston.
Yes.
That'll be on January 4th, and then 5th in Austin, and then Phoenix. We're coming to you on the 7th.
Yeah, so get your tickets at opc.me/events. By the way.
Nope, opc.me/tour.
Yep.
opc.me/tour.
There's 2 links. Okay, sorry. opc.me/tour is where you get your tickets. And at the time of recording this, we're over 57% sold out. By the time you're hearing this, it's going to be way closer to sold out because literally 9 events only have 1 spot right now in them. So go to opc.me/tour, bring your friends. Also in December, we didn't do a Profitable Pilates Black Friday Cyber Monday this year because we want you to focus on, so save the date, December 26th or the 31st. That will be on the Profitable Pilates newsletter list, so you have to be on that one. So for the Pilates instructor studio owners who want business bites, we're going to have some special deal on agency. We've never done it before. So make sure you're watching your inbox for that. If you don't get those emails, just DM us and the team will help you out.
By the way, we're 55% sold out.
Oh, I know, but
I just checked.
I know, but it hasn't been updated in 48 hours. So
maybe even more.
I know, so my inbox was blown up.
Closer to 60.
Yes,
Good
I
stuff.
think so. And then after our tour, we come home for one day, kick off Elevate, get our roots done, get our nails done. By our, I mean me. And then we go to Huntington Beach for the Pilates Journal Expo. This is a really cool 2-day event. Huge lineup of teachers. It's like a fucking party. So you should just go to xxll.co/Pilates Journal. So just 2 X's, guys. xxll.co/Pilates Journal. And then if you aren't already on the wait list, you'll want to be on the wait list because also in January, we're going to open up the early bird registration for our Pilates retreat in Cambodia. This we just came back from. Hence why
it is going to be amazing.
So many mistakes because we just got back and it was the coolest retreat of life. No offense to the people we've been on retreats with before.
Incredible
You are
retreat.
amazing. But like, even if you have ever thought, oh my God, they must get bored of this. We don't. We had the best fucking time.
It's so
it was
great.
like I just loved it. So I can't wait to take you.
Yeah. And I think this year is going to be, next year. So 2026 is going to be even better. And I know we've had a lot of interest already. But one of the things we're going to do differently in January, we're going to have a call for everyone who's curious about this, the retreat. All the questions, we're going to have a couple of our past retreaters join us live. And we're going to have them just answer those questions. You can ask them directly. They can share with you their experience, the process of getting there. Like, did they feel safe? What kind of food was it? What kind of activities did they enjoy? All the things that you might be curious about. And I'm telling you, next year is going to sell quickly. So get yourself on the wait list. Go to crowsnestretreats.com. And we can't wait to see y'all there.
Every group has got its own different vibe. This group, we were like rapping in the bus on the way to like, no one took a nap. Usually people are napping. We were like caffeinated.
Yeah.
So anyways, crowsnestretreats.com, crowsnestretreats.com/waitlist, get you on the wait list. Okay. In February, that is when our agency mini is happening. That is our 3-day event. I don't know if we're doing a second one next year. We're going to try, but we'll see. So but going back to agency mini, you want to get on the wait list for that. If you want to make sure you don't miss the early bird discount, prfit.biz/mini. Holy fucking moly. There's a lot of events coming up. So Poland and Brussels, that is in March, you guys. And I mean, a lot of questions about, are you doing anything in Europe? You're doing anything? This is it. We're like literally not getting on a plane until March. And I don't have plans to get on a plane after March until Cambodia. So if you want to see me, you need to check out the Poland Contrology Pilates Conference, xxll.co/Poland, and or Brussels, xxll.co/Brussels. 2 events, different workshops at both events. You're welcome to come to both. Karen Frischman is actually collabing on that with me and the host studios. So you get 2 amazing teachers for the price of a weekend. And it's pretty awesome. So different workshops, plus there's a day of privates and semi-private classes. So you can also jump in and enjoy some workouts with us. You don't want to miss it because I don't know when we're coming back. Okay. And then we're going to leave that. Brad and I are going to do a vacation.
What? Weird.
About 9-10 days vacation in Europe. And then April, after our vacation, we wrap up in April at POT London. And now it's official. Now, if you've been hearing me say, I'm not allowed to tell you, I don't know if we're allowed to tell you, we can tell you. I signed a contract. I don't know if there's a link out yet, but I'm sure there is. So just look at like POT London from Balanced Body and you'll find it. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's get to this audience question and we got to get to this amazing recap episode.
All right. So the audience question this week was from Audrey Phipps 1726 on YouTube. This is for the Pilates Equipment for Beginners video. She said, hey, what size is that Try Me stability ball? I would love to find one.
Yeah. So the Triad ball.
I was wondering.
Audrey, it took me a second. I was like, Try Me. And I have to Google this because sometimes people go, hey, what do you think of this item? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. But I realize it's my accent. It's the Triad ball. And I don't actually know the dimensions. It's a purple ball that you don't want to fill all the way up. It's smaller than I guess it'd be like volleyball size when it's filled up, but you want it to be a little squishy. And where did I get it? I think I went on Balanced Body. Let's see.
The OPTP Triad ball, 9.5 inches.
Is it purple?
Yeah, it's purple.
Yeah, the OPTP.
Yeah, OPTP
Oh.
Triad ball, 9.5 inches.
You can get it at like Target.
Yeah, I have it at
guys.
Walmart.
I'm not shopping at Target these days, but you can get it on OPTP's website. They have a bunch. They have a huge website. Lots of amazing stuff on OPTP. Actually, you'll kind of like it. It's good products, good stuff. So if you have a question, you can text us at +1 310 905 5534 or submit it to beitpod.com/questions. You can also leave a win. And I love getting your wins because I love helping people see like there's a celebration in everything. You know, there's a reason to celebrate. If you just watch the news and open up your phone, it fucking sucks. So you got to have a place where you know it's going to be some good news. And you might hear your win on a day you need to remind yourself that you had a fucking win.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you are 100% right. Well, stick around. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's talk about Dr. Jen Fraboni. Dr. Jen Fraboni, also known as Doc Jen Fit, is a physical therapist passionate about helping people move more with less pain and more confidence. She is the founder of Gen.Health, a platform and app designed to make strength, mobility, and recovery accessible for everyone. Alongside her husband, she co-hosts the Optimal Body podcast. Her work has also been featured nationally, including on Good Morning America and NBC, where she shared simple strategies to ease back pain during the pandemic. So it was just a great conversation. By the way, nobody knows this, but I get to watch the full interview call, right? And
you watch it?
Yeah, watch every single one of them. That's how I do prep.
Oh, I thought you just listened.
Nope, 100% of the time watching the interview. So the beginning of it was really fun because you were saying that basically you were like, oh my gosh, this is how my day is going to go today. I am so excited to start today with this interview.
Well, because it was a Zoom call with Jen Fraboni. And I was like, it's Jen Fraboni. And then she showed up. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I was like, I mean, I guess I could have looked up.
Doc Jen Fit.
I mean, I knew I was interviewing her at some point, but my brain didn't keep
Put the dots together.
Didn't keep her last name associated with her Instagram handle. But yeah, how fun is that? I don't know. Maybe the team left in the outtakes. Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah. So, you know, what the two of you were digging into, I thought it was just really great talking about pain because I related a lot to that, especially this past year. I've actually had a lot of pain with my foot. So anyway, you know.
But that goes into like something like what I liked that she addressed about pain was that like most of the time it's just an alarm. Right. Especially if you didn't get an accident. And sometimes your pain is like, you're just sitting there and all of a sudden something hurts in your body and you're like, this hurts. And I'm like, just sitting there. Like, what are you talking about? So in that case, if it wasn't like, you fell down the stairs, you tripped across the street, you were in a car accident. If you have pain, it is your body going, hey, hi, you're not taking good care of me. Right. It's like just trying to get your attention. And I just like, if we think of that as what it is, as opposed to I have to stop doing everything that was associated with that, because this is what happens, right? People come to Pilates once a week. The goal is 3 to 4 times a week. 4 is better. That's the goal, right? But I have someone who'll come once a week and they'll see me the next week. Oh, last week, my back hurt. So we need to be conscious of that. And it's like, so there are 6 other days plus the 23 hours of the day I didn't see you. What did you do? How are you taking care of yourself? I'm not saying that Pilates didn't hurt you. What I am saying is more likely than not, it wasn't the Pilates, but the Pilates is the unique thing about your day, right? So it's similar to, I have some stomach digestive issues and I would go, I think I got glutened or I must have had some dairy, when I found out that I'm also allergic to oats. And every fucking day I was having oat milk. Right. And I wasn't associating like any of the other boring food that I was having all of the time. I was coming up with like this unique thing that could have happened. Yeah. So I really liked that.
We were just with our friend and the next day he was like, I think I got glutened yesterday. It must have been that meal that we ate, and I said, I'm also not feeling 100%. And then I thought about the restaurant, which is, we've eaten at 100 times. And I was like, what did we do differently? And he had the spiciest margarita I think I've ever tasted. And I was loading on the hot sauce. So I was like, you know what, man? I wonder, look, it's possible that you got gluten, but they specifically came out and told us that they made this gluten-free. So I'd be surprised. maybe there was some leftover something.
You were so correct.
But also, like, the two of us ate something that was pretty off the path. I like to eat spicy stuff, but like, we ate a lot of it.
His margarita was almost undrinkable.
It was crazy.
And
he diluted it twice.
I like a spicy marg. I was like, I think that was going to provide a colonic, to be completely honest. Anyways, but I just think like she gave some really great stuff. Like she talked about her own personal experience. Like she's got some back pain. And then she's like, oh, I've been sleeping less. I'm breastfeeding. I'm sitting more and I'm not moving my body. So what can I do to be more conscious about the things that I need to give myself?
Yeah, I think with the idea that people coming into class and saying, "Oh, well, last week I was in pain afterwards," you know, what she mentioned, which I thought was really obvious but needed to be heard. She said, you know, if you're in the gym lifting and you like tweak your back, obviously you're going to say, "Well, I shouldn't do that again." No problem, of course, but that was probably not. That was the moment that things were stressed to the point of ouch, but that wasn't the only moment. There are definitely other things leading up to that exact moment of when your body was like, we're done trying to hold it together here.
Yeah.
Now you're in pain.
Yeah.
And she said, so there's other movements that you're probably doing in your life that it's cumulative, right? It's adding up over time. And then bam, maybe the moment that it happened was in a class when you're probably doing something particular that you wouldn't be normally doing, like doing a headstand or whatever it might be, being on one leg, but that's probably not where it started.
I think we could all agree in this moment where we're not in pain, right? I hurt my knee doing a deadlift. When I hired my trainer, I said, yeah, I've been deadlifting a lot lighter because it doesn't bother my knee. But the actual thing that's bothering my knee is the fact that I had weak inner thighs and hamstrings compared to my quads.
Yeah.
And then the way my gait is on that leg, that's why my knee hurt. It just so happened that I felt the pain doing the deadlift. The deadlift is actually not the problem. My form in my deadlift is not the problem. It is an imbalance in muscles on that leg. And so what can we be doing to make sure that we're taking consistent care of ourselves? And then when we feel pain, really creating some sort of like, okay, hold on. What's my sleep like? What's my intake like? What's my fuel like? Have I been consistent? So if you are someone who like doesn't work out for a week, then goes and works out hard, like I got to get in it. Just so you know, you're going to be in some pain afterwards because you didn't have consistency going into it. So, just do some reflection before you go, oh, that's a problem.
Speaking about reflection, which is, this is pretty funny for if you have people coming in and saying, well, last time I did this, I hurt.
Or if you are that person.
Yeah. Or if you are that person. Do you wake up and hurt? Like, does that mean you shouldn't sleep? Like, you know what I mean? The logic doesn't apply.
I just
hurt. Like, so
this has nothing to do with that, but it's just my brain thing. Okay. So this person goes like, this like thing I saw, this person goes, I need to go on a vacation. And this other person goes, did you just come back from a vacation? And then it's like, you should just say, did you have lunch yesterday? And they're like, yeah, does that mean you need lunch today? Right? Like,
right.
Like, yeah, like I think
if you're obviously not going to say, well, I guess I shouldn't sleep.
I shouldn't sleep.
So because maybe you just slept on your shoulder weird.
Right.
Or whatever. And also
some
too,
of you are commuting hours. That's the problem.
It also doesn't mean that your shoulder is broken or jacked up. It means you stressed it improperly for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Maybe you were sleeping on it weird. Right. And how, like, you know how that is, how that feeling is. It could be your ankle or something where it takes a couple of hours for it to work itself out. And what's happening there, which I thought was interesting. She talks about how pain, it's a signal from the brain saying something is not 100% correct here. Something is not 100% correct here.
Yeah.
Just a reminder.
It's like when you hit the button and the computer goes, and you're like, let me hit that again. It goes, and you're like, I don't know why I'm expecting something different.
Yeah. Well, and here's how this relates to what I loved. She said the more we don't use it, we lose it, right? You use it or lose it. You've heard that phrase a million times. But she said the thing that frustrates her the most is when her clients come to her and say, the doctor told me I'm not allowed to do this anymore, right? The thing, whatever the thing is. And this is what related to me because, a couple months, in February of this year, it's now, November, I started to feel pain in my foot, in the top of my foot. It was like this pulling pain. It felt like fascia or nerves. I couldn't decide. I still can't decide. And for a long time, I just stopped things. I just stopped doing, like the pointing of my toe, stopped it. All the stuff that you do in yoga class, stopped it. I was like, oh, I need some time off. Well, I gave it the time off and it didn't fix it. Right. So then what? Then what was the next thing we do? I started going to the chiropractor. Chiropractor couldn't figure out what's going on. Right. She's like, hey, you're aligned. What are you talking about? Right. So, then I was like, must be these other things. So I'm starting to massage myself. I'm doing all this stuff. And then like 2 months ago, I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to get warm and I'm going to keep using my foot. I'm just going to keep using it because, one of the things that she said is, especially being pregnant a second time, she leaned into, doing her workouts when her body was starting to like freak out, but her body was going through a major change. And she said, maybe she modified the exercise, but she always felt better after doing her workout, despite being told, or her body, sending a signal. And I think that we have to be careful with this. Same for me. I have to actually be careful with this. It's not no pain, no gain.
Yeah.
That's not real. I don't agree with that. It's also, there are moments where your body is trying to warn you on something, but you need to be able to decipher what that is and understand, right? Is it like pain to the point of like damage, or are we talking that signal of warning, that's like, oh, you have to be cautious, right?
Yeah. Well, it makes it so this morning I was doing my first Pilates practice on the reformer in 3 weeks. And I was like, oh, man, I got my spine corrector and I was like, this not feel awesome. It didn't hurt. It just was like, right. And then I got in the reformer and the first overhead kind of was like, but then the second one felt better and the third one felt better. So it's not,
Right.
It is no pain, no gain, but it is if you have a consistent practice of any kind of movement, when you start going, if your body is telling you this is not a good day, or, oh, hold on, this is opening up. I'm warming up to it. And so when I was doing tendon stretch on the reformer, normally I do a single leg tendon stretch, and I did tendon stretch. I did 3, and I was like, I in no way feel safe to lift a leg off. I'm going to do 4 more and get off. I got to headstand. I did all the things, but the actual headstand, because I have a consistent enough practice with my body. I could tell that I'm going to feel better when it's over, but I'm not pushing myself to do something it shouldn't do. And that just comes with time. It just comes with listening to your body. So
yeah, I mean,
you got to do that.
She said something that I also thought was interesting that I never thought about before. She said, clearly the outside of our bodies change. Our faces sag, or we get wrinkles, things, la, la, la. Why would we never, thanks. Why would we expect that there are no internal changes as well?
Right.
Right. And she was talking about, joint degeneration and, all those kinds of things, which are natural and they happen, discs in your back, compression, all that kind of stuff. But the only way to age gracefully, despite your body deteriorating, is strength, is strong muscles. Right. And so we need to be prioritizing that in our lives now so that we can be moving with ease as we age.
Yeah. No, and that's just it. You guys, you will never stop having to sleep enough, drink enough water, and strengthen your muscles like that. Sorry, guaranteed in life until we no longer get to live on this beautiful planet. So
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, stick around. We'll be right back. We're going to dig into those beit action items that we got from Dr. Jen Fit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Welcome back. Let's dig into these beit action items. What bold, executable, intrinsic, or targeted action items can we take away from your conversation with Dr. Jen Fraboni? She explicitly advised against relying on passive stretching as a primary solution for pain, even though it can feel good and relaxing. She said, it's better to create stability. That is the fundamental requirement for the body to feel safe. So you were talking about the off-balance muscles that you had, which is why your lifting was feeling pain, because you were unstable. Your one set of muscles were stronger than the other set of muscles. She said, when you create stability, it creates a sense of safety, and she recommends focusing on active stretching, isometric holds, and strengthening exercises. She highlighted Pilates as a modality that is great at creating stability and teaching the body safety, especially in the initial phases of pain recovery. So yay for Pilates. That's
Woo!
Fantastic. What about you? Go
I
ahead.
just want to say, like, today we were in yoga and my left hamstring just would not open up. And the reality is my left hip just feeling unstable. That's why we're headed to the chiropractor after this. And it's like, I cannot open up this hamstring when my pelvis is out. And so I just really like that's such a takeaway for me. I love that beit action item. So be mindful of the passive stretching, my loves. Just be mindful. This is great. The only way that we start to know how to move forward is if we tune in first. So it's really, this kind of goes back to like a Brad Bizjack's episode, actually, and that maybe he didn't say it as this episode, but he has said it in something that I've heard of him before, which is, but go listen to that episode anyways. He's like, you would never just like go get in the car and drive somewhere without having like a destination in mind. And like most people don't check in with how they feel before they like move their body. They just start moving their body. Like they're not tuning in. So before you set a goal, before you do things, you have to kind of go inward first so that you know where you're putting your compass, where you're putting your directions, where you're moving forward to. So otherwise people are like, oh, maybe I should do. If you don't tune in first, you're going to be the person who's like, oh, the hot new thing is jiu-jitsu. So now I'm doing jiu-jitsu. And then that new hot thing is this box thing on a trampoline. Like you're not going to actually be able to look at a movement modality and go, oh, that's what my body needs. You'll just be like hopping from one thing to the next, expecting a quick fix. So I did love that one. And then she advised on to every day to take 5 deep, long, slow breaths, mouth closed, and focus on taking breath into the sides of your rib cage. OPC members know this.
Diaphragmatic breathing.
And avoid breathing into your shoulders, neck, or chest. Otherwise, you're going to feel stressed. But if you take these deep breaths, you often will see that the pain starts to diminish.
Yeah.
I'm Lesley Logan.
And I'm Brad Crowell.
I really hope this was helpful, especially if pain is part of your daily life. It is really hard to be it till you see it in that kind of state. And so hopefully this gave you some tips, gave you some ideas, gave you some permission, and share with a friend who needs to hear it, especially one who's like, this topic is like what they're needing right now. I don't know. There's just so much permission in this episode. Until next time, be it till you see it.
Bye for now.
That's all I got for this episode of the Be It Till You See It podcast. One thing that would help both myself and future listeners is for you to rate the show and leave a review. And follow or subscribe for free wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, make sure to introduce yourself over at the Be It Pod on Instagram. I would love to know more about you. Share this episode with whoever you think needs to hear it. Help us and others be it till you see it. Have an awesome day.
Be It Till You See It is a production of the Bloom Podcast Network. If you want to leave us a message or a question that we might read on another episode, you can text us at +1 310 905 5534 or send a DM on Instagram at BeItPod.
It's written, filmed, and recorded by your host, Lesley Logan, and me, Brad Crowell.
It is transcribed, produced, and edited by the Epic team at Diseño.co.
Our theme music is by Ali at Apex Production Music, and our branding by designer and artist Gianfranco Cioffi.
Special thanks to Melissa Solomon for creating our visuals.
Also to Angelina Herrico for adding all of our content to our website. And finally, to Meredith Root for keeping us all on point and on time.
I don't know if we're doing a second one next year. We're going to try, but we'll see.
You are just making up the URLs here.
I'm not.
Yeah, crowsnestretreat.com. Just go to crowsnestretreats.com.
You gave me the waitlist one.
No.
Yeah. Not on this sheet, but in life.
Okay. No, it goes till 404. So I'll have the team fix that right now.
Fix that, please, because I gave it to somebody else last week on Instagram because you gave that to me. Okay.